Shout out. Thank y'all for tuning in, checking out. We're just watching the UFC fight and looking at traffic. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in and subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all for checking out the content over the years. And leave a comment, like, subscribe, share out the live. I'm just sitting there chilling, having me some coffee. Got a nice routine. Go to the gym in the morning, work out, go back, clean up, come out, walk around. I might do Clark today. I might not. It just depends.
Start the year off big at the Ram Start Something New sales event with America's most powerful lineup of light-duty gas trucks, offering the largest touchscreen in its class. All backed by the strength of a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Get rid of your off to a strong start with a free deal at the Ram Start Something New sales event.
So, as far as advice, I'm a rookie when it comes to traveling, and these people in this music is something. But when it comes to traveling, and things like that. But like I was saying, can't even put it in. All right, guys, when it comes to traveling, things to know, when you get outside of the United States, there's different places, different countries. Cash is usually going to be your best option, whether you're getting it converted from US dollars or whatever your country is to Philippine, Thai baht, Chinese yen, I forget the other one. But your best deals are going to be found once you get over here to the ground. Once you get over here and you actually start getting around. Down here it's 58.60 Philippine pesos to $1 US. There's another place, I think you can get 59. So I'm just sitting there chilling, watching the UFC fight. Heard about the weather and stuff back home. Most of it's supposed to pass by where I'm from, so we'll see what happens with that. Shout out to SD Chargers 93. Hey man, are you still in the oil fields? Yes or no? I had some plans and some things locally. They're not gonna work out the way they said that the schedule is supposed to work out. So now I'm looking at my options. I want to go back to trucking. I want to get my own truck. I want to go back to the oil field and do something that will still allow me to travel in this part of the year. And that's the biggest thing I'm looking for. And, I've got a current business right now, and it's difficult to grow with it and grow it and work. And I've tried working in the oil field, still working in North Dakota, they still up here fracking away. Yeah, I heard about Continental, and Continental is, I don't know if Continental is laying down all of their drilling stuff, or if Continental is just, they say that Continental is pulling out of the bottom, but that doesn't mean that Continental is still not doing it. It just means that whatever Continental had planned, starting years ago, okay, they reached that point. And it may just be one of those things where they're still working. I like it, and I want to go back. Exxon up here now, Liberty. Still working in North Dakota. They still up there cracking away. So yeah, I do got a contact up there. I just got to be able to travel at least part of it. I ain't looking for a whole lot. I'm way past the trying to get rich stuff, and I'm just on consistency, peace of mind, and enjoying life. I'm not in the United States right now. I'm currently in the Philippines, and you can already tell that. I'm sitting there looking at the UFC fight. So that's that's what I'm doing right now. And Exxon up here now. Liberty might get a big contract with them. PA ain't doing too hot. Seeing like work is steady in North Dakota and Alaska and Texas and PA kind. Bro, when it comes to the oil field, in my opinion, it has its ebbs and its flows. You know, it goes up and down. There's nothing wrong. Derek Lewis, just stop fighting. Derek Lewis, just stop fighting. He was already splitting. He was already splitting before the end of the first round. We're gonna see, bro. If I can find something where I can go back and work seasonal. I'm looking to see. I'm looking for seasonally 6 figures. If I can't get 6, as long as it's in the high 5s, because my overhead is extremely low, and I'm not selling myself short or cheap. So, what are you guys up to if you out there in the Oilfield? If you out there trucking or wherever you're at? Wait a minute. SD Chargers 93. You out there in the Oilfield, or you in North Dakota? What part of because when you say stuff like Liberty might get a big contract, that sounds like somebody who is definitely into the oil field. I don't know if we've talked before. It's been a while since the last time I did a YouTube live. Over here it's difficult. You have to find a spot. Everywhere is noisy. Yeah, I'm still doing cracking. I got you. Were you at Big Red or were you somebody else? I was just curious because I talked to some guys at Big Red and somewhere else at the time. I wish Liberty still did coal. I know Liberty does frack. I don't know if Liberty does wireline in order to put in there. Because you got 360. The 360 does wireline, go wireline. Thruster, I think Thruster does wireline. I don't think Pioneer does wireline yet. I'm trying to think of what. Y'all just decide what the conversation was. I wish I could find a place that had good Wi-Fi, a good view of something that's quiet or kind of quiet. But also, I wanted to watch the UFC fight, so that's the biggest thing about that. We got Lakers versus Dallas. UFC fight is on at Philly Sports Bar. Shout out to Philly Sports Bar. If you guys haven't been here or if you ever come to Memphis, it's a great place. See here, you can network with people. You can network with people. Pick people's brains, get a lot of information, especially when it comes to other foreigners. It's a great place to network. Have some coffee, they got some good food. Personally, I like the chicken fajitas. I think it's definitely I want to go back to the Oilfield, but there's other stuff I want to do also. So I've got to find something to fix. I've said this to I don't know how many people. Find something that fits. Find something that fits. You know, it's just like find something that fits your situation. That's the thing, you know. If you do it 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, like I know. Oh yeah, shout out to all you guys that are on night shift. It is 12 o'clock. It is 12 o'clock in the Philippines. 9 o'clock in the United States. Yeah. It's 10 o'clock Central Time and 12 noon here in the Philippines. I'll tell you something else that I enjoy doing. I enjoy hauling water. And shout out to you. You know who you are. I haul water. You're hauling water out there right now. And if you're on night shift or whatever, shout out to you. I won't say who it is, but they know who it is. If everything is the same way that it is, I may come back up there and just grow with you. But we'll see what happens. We'll be here for another little over a month. Today is the 26th. Yeah. Today's the 26th of January. So I'll be back stateside in a little bit. A couple more places I want to travel to. I think from here to From here to Medora, take the bus to Batonga City and then catch the ferry from Batonga City to the island of Medora. The island of Medora. And then that's the easiest one to go to outside of the Lilo Island. They got some more islands. So you definitely have islands. Man, there's some stuff going on in the United States right now. Politics-wise, weather-wise. But the question is, what do you do with the oilfield money? We make the money in the oilfield. Well, it's money, whether it's Philippine peso or US dollar. What do you do with it? What's some good ways to invest? What are some good options to take that money and do something else with that money, grow that, not just work and work and work. Ask yourself, because I have to ask myself, if Social Security is not going to be there, then you know what's really weird is I actually planned this trip 10 years ago. 2014, when I first stopped driving trucks, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna travel somewhere. And then life started. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go back to work, save a little bit more, save a little bit more. And then time went by, and as I started as time went by, and life goes on, you have growth, you learn new things. It might be quiet up there. The TV's on. If you are considered coming to the building, it depends on whether you put your budget, personally, my opinion, whether you budget with your flight or without your flight, whatever your flight costs. You can get flights for around $1,000 to $1,500, because it's really, I think it's $1,000 to get on the plane. Pretty much somewhere, anywhere. Then you've got where you want to sit at on the plane, what it costs you. Personally. Another reason I booked this flight was when I looked at the time in which I had booked it and where everything was lining up at and some stuff that didn't work out. Work-wise, so far for the year of 2025, my business did great compared to 2024. And I worked in 2025. So with that being said, I've got no complaints. Lost my train of thought. Looking at your go back and look at a couple things for a second. Give me a minute. I'm gonna turn this around for a second while I get some notes and stuff like that. So I would show y'all the UFC fight, but I might get kicked off of YouTube or something. I land, I land, I land. If you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know.
Shaw Valley has always maintained that consistency in his scores across the zone for his Harris, local source, and then Red Rock Academy,
good. Do you want to know what's weird? We were over here and we were talking about the weather pattern that's going across the United States right now. We were talking about that 2 maybe 3 days ago because it went north of the Philippines. But like I was talking to some other guys that live here but they're from the States. We were all like looking at it on the weather radar because they were talking about the weather system could possibly get some of the Philippines that it went north. And then as it went out into the sea going east towards the United States, it just kept growing, but it looked like it was higher, like it was going to go across, like it was going to go across North Dakota into Canada and stuff like that. Shout out to all y'all that are in the path of this current storm. What is cold is going to look? I would say oh yeah. I got this stuff in my phone. I was talking to one of my subscribers, sent me a message on Messenger. He was asking me, what's the likelihood of you getting a job at a job? If you apply to the companies at the job fair, before you go to the job fair, that way you're already in their system. And when you go talk to them, for example, job fairs, Oilfield job fairs, I have, a Halliburton representative. They'll have another company representative. So on and so forth. Anyway, some of them will have you fill out paper application, or they'll tell you to fill it out, online. So you can fill it out while you're there, and fill out the paper application or the online application. If you go to that one in West Texas, I've been to it one time, and if you get there early, that's kind of the best option is to get there early. And you can be one of the first to talk to people, so that's the benefit of that. And then you can also network with some other people that have already worked in the oil and gas industry. So that's also another job. Make sure you apply to the job fair before you go. It really makes a big difference. That way when you go to talking to them, and also make sure while you're there, get any business cards, company cards, so you can use that and have that, or at least get some email information. That way, when they ask you, hey, you already pre-applied, okay, let us pull your application. So they look and they see that part of it. That right there helps move the process faster. Versus just being there applying, and now the process starts right in right there. a physical with some companies, depending on what they're doing. And the physical is easy to be 10 squats, 10 squat lifts. If you just go in there and just hit the stuff real quick, real hard, more than likely the weight is going to be like, you know what, I'm doing shit. You get to doing it, you're kind of struggling with the squats and the pick and lift or the pick and carry. You know, they'll have you go through the whole thing. Other than that, I'm pretty much sure good. I've worked in West Texas. I've worked in West Texas, and I've worked in North Dakota, and Wyoming, and Colorado. But for the most part, the oilfield and the companies are relatively simple to some extent. So you should be alright. So if you're watching this, the stuff is on my phone, so I can't see it right now. Get your CDL. Get your commercial driver's license. That is, man, that is so important. Man, that is so important. Even if you don't want to drive trucks, I'll be right back in just a minute. was saying, get your CDL, get your CDL, get your CDL. If all else fails and you lost your house or you had to start all the way back, that CDL will allow you to start over without being homeless, because you can stay in the truck until you can get your trucking career up and running. And you can talk to plenty of people that have started trucking. Some people will say that trucking saved their life. Plenty of people say that trucking saved their life. Trucking changed their life. And trucking has been that thing that got me started. And I've met so many people. I've talked to so many people. I've gained and learned a lot from so many people. Just network. And just networking, talking to people. You learn a little bit more about the industry. Talk to somebody about this part of the industry. They tell you, okay, there's no opportunity, just this. Because a lot of people, they just look at it and think the CDL is just training. But it just opens so many more doors. It just opens so many more doors. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the CDL. I thank God every day for the Lord. Buy land. Those down for oh, my bad. I missed some comments. I did not realize. When you think the Bakken is booming, the guy on YouTube saying he's doing $40K a month as an owner operator. I've heard it. I've heard it in my own ears from somebody that I know that's up there right now as an owner operator. I'm not going to say who it is, but they're doing great. And me and him, we once worked at the same place. And he went and started his journey last year. And he told me his numbers. I'm like, hey, he said, I told him, like, once he started doing it, I watched Google Like Nation all the time. He quoted those words to me word for word. And I've done it, I've lived it. I haven't done it in North Dakota, which is what my original plan was when I bought my truck, was to start in North Dakota. But it was that 2020 year. So nobody was taking owner operators at the time, but I was blessed to get on the road, start working, start rolling. And I did pretty good. I made all the money back that I spent on the truck. Especially if you're doing a route, hauling water on a route can kind of get it can get monotonous if you're doing the same route in a local area. There's so much more, because you're not just hauling water. Sometimes you may be on standby. You may be doing service work. Service work, they'll call out, hey, they need a truck to go do this job for the last hour. So it may be you and another driver. All you have to do is just be consistent. As long as they got work for you out there, just stay out there. As long longer you stay out there, the longer they know that you're dependable, the longer that they know they can trust you with what needs to get done when it counts. That's what matters. Shout out to SD Chargers 93. Shout out to Mad Etch 01. And shout out to Ghost Town Bullets. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Thank y'all for tuning in and checking out the channel. Thank y'all for checking out the content. Thank y'all for being up at 10, 11 o'clock at night in the United States. Wish the sound was better, but I gotta work with what I got. People are making money in the world. Everybody's just not promoting it like they used to. One of the reasons they're not promoting it like they used to, the companies told people to chill out. From this, companies have told people to chill out with that social media stuff because there's proprietary stuff going on in the world here, and also you have to look at it from the side of the country that you're as someone that's from the United States of America. You know, you don't want other countries and other places knowing what you're doing, how you're doing stuff, what works. You know, you are the one thing to buy the information or the technology from you. So, to put more pressure on that guy. Sonny Don would have had a better performance, but you know, it's like a Mirage. We call Mirage. Mirage just kept that pressure on him. Just kept that pressure on him the whole time. But if there's anything else, y'all for tuning in, checking out the content. I was gonna do some other stuff when I came down here, but hadn't made a YouTube live in a while, and trying to find a place with good internet that don't have music playing. Any place where it's a business, but Filipinos love music. Filipinos love music. They love music loud noise of some kind. All the time. 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. Interesting. You can ask Ghost Town. Ghost Town, if you're still watching. He left that comment about buy land. That CDL does a lot. Yeah. That's why I've always kept my CDL. I kept my authority. I just have to update my stuff on it. That's it. And I kept that because a company offered to buy it from me. So that's it. Now let me think about it. I wish I'd have sold my equipment sooner than what I did. I wish I'd have sold my equipment in 22 or 23. Once I definitely would have got way more for it. The truck, I don't know, because I got what I paid for the truck. So that was a blessing in itself. So getting what I paid for that truck, canceled out any losses on the 2 trailers that I had. And I made the money back that I spent on the trailer, on the blower, putting the blower on, all of that, paid all that back, plus change. And that covered the breakdown that I had, the tow that I had, to get my truck towed out because I got the stuff. I never actually got stuck on the roads. This was, I was making a U-turn and I got stuck. It's somewhere on one of the videos. I don't think this live's been going on for over an hour. Anything else that y'all think of that I might shout out to all of the subscribers. Shout out to the friends and family back home. I was going to try to make some phone calls back home, but it's the middle of the night. I've got some investment stuff that I need to work on. I need to make some notes. I'm leaning more towards doing that tomorrow. I'm going to walk over to Air Force Base. Just going to walk around there and, line out my plans for 2026. Because I think 2026 is going to depend on what February does, but I really think 2026 is going to be a big part. So, Ghost Town, what you got going on? What some positive encouragement to you guys is to make sure you stay active. What I mean by that is if you don't go to the gym or you don't go work out or whatever, man, make sure you get some of that in. I don't know. I should have made a better effort my working out once I got back to the States. I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. Because here I walk everywhere. So it's just part of my routine. Wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Just go around doing nothing. 6 o'clock or so, go to the gym, work out for a good hour. I mean, work out hard, sweat, heart rate up the whole time. Leave, feel way better. Kicks the day off. Mind's clear. AC Fitness is a great gym. The music is annoying because the Filipinos, like I said, they're playing music. You know, but working out, active, doing some semi-strenuous work, gets the blood flowing. Usually I get my coffee, morning, go down there, work out, and then come back, clean up, and then I go about my day. I've got some more exploring back here behind Phillies and JJ's supermarket. So but I'm sitting there watching UFC fight. If it was quieter here, do you party in Angeles? Like I go out, you know. Yes and no, I don't drink, so I don't do that. I might go to a bar. It kind of depends. I'm not. How much do you think you need to retire with? Man, I don't keep missing these comments. But Louis 2271. What's the salary for a trucker nowadays for local delivery? Brother, that's going to depend on your state. 60, 70, well, I ain't gonna say 60, 70 to 90 and on up. It just depends on what you're doing and what state you're in. A more competitive market, things are more expensive. A less competitive market, you know, labor is cheaper. That's local is pretty much where majority of your competition is going to be. Everybody wants to be closer to home. Everybody wants to be somewhere where they can just work, go home, and do their thing. So, have a normal routine of life with everybody else. That's where everybody else is. But it really depends on how resourceful you are in networking and leveraging leveraging your experience with your CDL. How much do you think you need to retire over there in the Philippines? Okay, that is a great question. I have talked to more people about this since I've come back. You need $2,000 a month to retire over here. And I'm talking about after everything. When you subtract your taxes, you need at least $2,000 a month, and that's after. Because over here you can easily find a place to rent or purchase you a condo. So if you find a place to rent for $500 or less, easy. You can stay in hotels for $500 a month. You can stay in hotels for more than that. The Philippines, your expectations need to be adjusted from what you're used to. And no to price check. Online, they have Agoda, which is, it's like almost like a do everything type of site, because Agoda has flights, so you can buy a flight on Agoda. You can buy flights and hotels like a package. You can do that on Agoda. You can do vacation rentals on Agoda. You can do touristy stuff, like if you wanted a day trip to go around, they have those packages, but they also have those vacation packages at different tourist outlets. They're called visa places. One is Amiga. If you stay here longer than 30 days, you need to renew your tourist visa every 30 days. Amiga does that. They also have package tours. They also have package tours for traveling and other stuff. So, but also other travel agencies do it also. There's one up here that's run by a black dude. He does a great job, but I can't remember the name of this place. But I pass by it all the time, but it's on the other side of the street. So, shout out to you. But that's an option for you. With $2,000 a month, every month, and even with inflation, 10 years from now, that $2,000 will still go a long way. So you can live here cheap. But my personal advice to anybody, I would tell them $2,000 a month. You can live comfortably and you'll have money left over. So $500 for wherever you're staying at, another $500 for travel, food, internet, cell phone, and I'm not talking about having a vehicle. I'm not talking about owning a motorcycle or none of that. I'm just talking about if you were just living over here, and you're gonna walk and get a trike here and there, and a grab from time to time. Because as a matter of fact, for 75% of the places around here for 29,000 pesos. The more you price match, the more you check other places, the more you walk around and see more, you know you'll find better deals. Well, 2,000 to 2,500 a month, and that also includes saving part of that for the next month, and then compounding your savings with that 2,000 to 2,500 a month. Now, as far as a minimum, the absolute minimum you can stay here with, I've heard people talk about living here on $1,000 a month. You can if you want to. There are all different prices for rentals, houses, apartments, and it's just a matter of how much you go look. Facebook is real big over here. Do I party in Angeles? Kinda. I don't drink, but I'll go out, have a good time, enjoy a good show. Atlantis has a good show. I think it's Sky Bar is the name of it. Atlantis Dollhouse has a good show. It's Sky Bar, and there's another one. They have a good show. They have pole dances and stuff. I like those. I can't just go in there and the girls are just standing up. That's lame to me, but but to each his own. I was living in Zobanda City, outside the city. Was paying $100 US per month. I would pay 30 pesos for a jeepney to take me to town. Chill environment, no clubs, no bars. $100 US per month for an apartment. Yep, it really just depends what that $100 US will get you, what you're comfortable with. I talked with a friend of mine. He was asking me how much is apartments. It's but like I know, it really depends on where you're at. If you're here around this touristy area, stuff's going to be more expensive. The farther you get out away from here, the cheaper stuff gets, and the better quality you get for your dollar. But if you want to be with just a quick walking distance, Don Julio all the way to anyway, you can find any area of price that you're looking for, depending on what you're willing to tolerate. If you can tolerate some noise, some chickens, some dogs, you can stay as I was working with, and $100 per month. Louis 2271. Can you elaborate on that $100? Hey Louis, I had to go check out your channel, you know, to see what you got on there. But yeah, Louis, what do you get for that $100 a month? What, you know, is it just a room? Does it have, you know, what kind of amenities? What kind of amenities does the room have? Is it located within walking distance, or you're further out? And plus, you say you were in Zambonga City. You're talking about northeast of Manila. I was working remotely, shadowing U.S. time. I will order iced coffee before my shift started through Grab. The driver thought I was crazy spending 500 pesos for a coffee and a piece of cake. 5,000 pesos. Yeah, you definitely can. There's a place down here. I think it's full, where it's 500 to 600 pesos. But then you got to pay your electricity, your internet. I think the water comes with it. The UFC main event is on, so I may be paying attention. I may not be. 5,000 pesos. Usually on the apartments, I had Wi-Fi, pressure showers. Apartment had Wi-Fi, pressure showers, and they had a generator that would turn on during the brownouts. That's all you need. That's all you need. If you don't need a swimming pool, it was too good to last. Hey, bro. Louis 2271. Hold up. Time out. You gotta have AC, bro. You said the room don't have AC, but you love the hot weather. No, we ain't doing that. I get it. 'Cause I thought about it. There was a place further up here. They didn't have air conditioning. I was like, you know what? Maybe I ought to give that a shot. If you got a fan, you can turn the fan on high. There's a dude I met at Mel's restaurant about 3-4 days ago. You got to have air conditioning. It's actually pretty cool and nice now. November, December, January, nice. February is nice. Second half of February it starts getting warmer. Month of March is going to be hot. And I mean, that sun up there is different. But in the mornings it's super nice. Super cool, really enjoyable. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking out the content. I'm gonna watch the rest of this UFC fight. And okay, I got you. You see, the room don't have AC, but you love hot. Anyway, I'm going to watch this UFC fight. Y'all be safe. JPTV 3000. Peace.